Okay guys, hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat and this is Catadactyl. Today I am doing part 2 of my books I'm taking to Australia videos. So, as you guys know, I've been doing a bunch of unhaul videos, but I'm also taking 25 books with me to Australia and I'm shipping them today. So that means that I need to film a video for you guys and then get these little babies in the mail. So this is part 2. I filmed the first 13 books on another video, which I will leave link down below. So in today's video we're going to cover 12 books that I'm absolutely taking with me to Australia because I love them so much. So because we have 12 to get to, I am not going to dither on, and let's just get right on into it. So the first book is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds Part 1 by Hayao Miyazaki. Now, this one covers the beginning of Nausicaa's journey. So if you've seen the movie Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds, this covers a fair portion of it, but not in its entirety, because the movie is actually a compilation of a few different volumes, but this is the first volume, and I just read the second volume in August, so I'll leave my August wrap-up down below, and it is continuing to blow my mind, and I will absolutely be taking this with me. So the next one up is a surprise to no one, and it is Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma. So you guys have heard me talk about this one over and over and over again, how much I love this book. It does have a forbidden romance, so just be aware of that and that it's very dark, so yes, just have some caution when you read this book, but it was one of my favorites of last year, so absolutely coming with me. Okay. Next up is a very dark one as well. In fact, for some reason, all the books, I mean, why am I surprised? I like dark books, but they just seem to all be really dark at this current moment. But this is Murakami's In the Miso Soup, and this is an ex-library copy that I got from the UK. This book is very, very dark. We're following a man who is a guide for tourists that want to visit the sexy parts of Tokyo, and he is touring around a man, and the man starts to behave very erratically, and people start to die. So this book just blew me away when I read it, and it made me a complete fan of Murakami, and yes, it's a weird, I don't love this book. It's a weird thing to say love because it's so dark and gory, but I definitely appreciate this book and I was totally enraptured by it, so definitely coming. Okay, just fair warning, the next few are very dark, so we need to talk about Kevin by Lionel Shriver. This one is about a young boy who grows up and he isn't like other young boys. He doesn't like to play, he rejects his mother in a large part, he learns to put on a facade at a very early age, and he kind of likes to manipulate or cause pain to those around him, and he eventually causes something very bad to happen. And now this book is a discussion about whether it was nature or nurture, and all the different elements that could lead to a child turning out so badly. So definitely coming. This book blew my mind when I read it, and yeah, I really do recommend it. Also, I have not seen the movie yet, but I want to. It has Ezra Miller, who I love, so yes. Alrighty, and the next one is The Dumb House by John Burnside. Oh boy. So when I read this book, it creeped me out so bad I had to put it down multiple times, because there are some sort of gore that I just can't take. So for instance, performing surgery on other people is really just something that makes me want to hurl. But I found the story itself to be so strong and the writing so beautiful that I could not stop thinking about this book. So because it has just absolutely long staying power, it's coming with me. It's not like I love this book, but I can't get it out of my mind. It's just stuck in there forever now, apparently, so it has to come with me. And the next one up on this list is Demian by Hermann Hesse. I am a huge Hesse fan. I don't know if you guys know. My video for this, I think, has thousands of views now, which is, insane, but it's my most watched video of all time, so I don't know, other people like it, I guess, as well. I think it also has something to do with BTS made an album based on Demian, if you didn't know that. So, yeah, but in Demian we're following the journey of a young man from his school days up to adulthood, and he's struggling with a lot. Sexuality and religion, the feminine and the masculine. There's a lot that can be read into this slim little novel, and I love Hermann Hesse, just love. Narcissus and Goldmund is one of my favorite books of all time, and it's a lesser-known work of Hesse's, but I highly recommend it. So if you like Demian, then I recommend Narcissus and Goldmund. So the next one up is I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. Now, as a person who loves sci-fi and robotics, I don't know why I had never read this, but I just never did. So I finally did, and it's kind of told in Ray Bradbury vignette style, where each story is kind of related, but they're in different time periods, and they may reference the other ones, but they're not directly influential to them. So this was really interesting, and also this is where like the laws of robotics are from, and that's something you see a lot in pulp culture now, just in any robots movie or where people are thinking about making robots, the laws of robotics come into play, and it's from this work, and I really enjoyed reading it. It was really interesting the way in which certain ideas that you think would be common sense would play out so wrongly with robots. And the next one up is Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. Now again, this one is very weird. Weird is a perfect descriptor for this. So we're following a carny family who the parents long ago decided to experiment and have the mother take various forms of drug, alcohol, substance abuse to produce the perfect carnival children that have something wrong with them. So the family doesn't view it as something wrong, they view it as something making them unique. So there's our Churro, who is the Finn boy, there is the main character who has a hump, and then there are the conjoined twins, and we follow the family around as they're traveling the country. The main character will just say something and you're like, oh yeah, and then like you think about it and you're like, whoa, no, that is, in the normal world, that is still completely messed up. So the writing style just pulled me in. The first 50 pages, I would say I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get on with this book, but then once you get the hang of the writing flow, I could not put it down. It was so engrossing, and like I said, it's completely messed up. So, yeah. Unputdownable, this one. And next up is Switch On Imagination Now. This is actually a collaboration between poets and visual artists to describe the way in which nuclear war is devastating. And I will never be able to find this again. I got this at a used store. This is a English and Japanese work published locally, and it's not on Goodreads, and you can only find it on their website. So it's a great reminder of how Japanese people who have family members who were impacted by the bombing think about nuclear weaponry. Alright, so we've got 3 books left now. So this is The Chrysalids by John Wyndham. Again, check out this very sexy cover. Like, oh yeah, so nice. So in this world, there are people who start to develop different sorts of powers where they can hear each other's minds from a certain distance away. And it's about being the other. This book is a great examination of the other, and it would have ranked really, really high with me if it didn't have a kind of Deus Ex Machina ending. So, yes. But I really did like it, and I am taking it with me. And next up is The Temple of the Golden Pavilion by Yukio Mishima. This one is an exploration of self and growing up and being angry when you don't fit into what the world expects of you. So again, as always, Mishima has really homoerotic elements and undercurrents, but also just beautiful descriptions of Japanese temples, and especially the Golden Pavilion in Kyoto. So if you're looking for a book that has a lot about Japanese culture but is written in a very lush and evocative way, Mishima is your guy. So I love this book, and it's coming with me. Right. And the last book, which is absolutely coming with me, of course, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This was one of my favorite books last year, and it is absolutely coming with me. I cried buckets and buckets, and I'm just blown away by this retelling of Achilles' life. So this is told from Patroclus' perspective, and it will rip your heart out and put it back together and then rip it out again. So yeah, I just love it so much, and I can't imagine leaving it, so it's coming with me, of course. So that finishes up my books that are coming with me to Australia. I think the total is sitting around 25 books. It might be a little more, it might be a little less. Who am I kidding? It's definitely going to be a little more. But I am shipping them out today, so that's why my bookshelves are looking a little barren at the moment. And yes, I can't wait to have new bookshelves in Australia. So I'm really glad that I'm finally doing this and that they're gonna ship and all my babies will be waiting for me when I get to Australia. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome. I have more content obviously coming up, and I hope you're having an awesome day. And I will chat to you all later. Toodles! Bye!